think Addict's frustration is, and I understand his point, is to those big blockbuster titles that Xbox seems to be missing out on.
I saw the show different,
right? And I saw it different too.
Right,
but let you get
from his aspect, I see your frustration, I hear your frustration, but I can also put that to the side, right? I can actually put my frustration to the side and say that you guys are trying in this area, right? Yeah, the localization is huge. A lot of times the localization was wrong.
That's a huge deal.
It was a problem.
Huge deal.
Right? Okay, so when you're not trying to sell somebody a console and you're trying to sell them a subscription, it's a whole lot palatable. $15 a month, $10 a month, whatever they're doing over there. Right. I don't know the price. It's price situation. But they have their cell phones. When you can turn your cell phone into a gaming device, or you can stream it to your TV, turn your TV into the same gaming device that you're playing on your console, that changes how you see it. They was trying to sell surfaces. If they have laptops, they're moving laptops. They understand Microsoft. They understand Surface.
The Duos.
You know, they're selling this. Remember, Xbox wants to reach that billion. Those people. They're not going to do it by selling Xboxes, physical Xboxes to them.
I mean,
and that's
not even little man's. Not even little man.
Not even.
I mean, you can always go to the YouTube comment section that is for the live stream and translate some of those comments and see what people are saying. Because I'm telling you, it's not as gravy as people be thinking. It's not. Like,
you know who they're not trying to reach? They're not trying to reach that person that's watching the live stream. They're not trying to reach that. They're trying to reach the common man that don't know about that.
So at E3, they're not trying to reach us?
No. Let me explain. That's fan service. I always say it's fan service.
So Tokyo Game Show's not fan service?
And TGS is fan service. This is fan service. This is for us. We are the trendsetters, right? When we talk to community, we are talking. When people are watching you do your show and you're giving your fan service, you're telling them, yo, they did this and they did that. You are informing the public. You are doing that. But what they're trying to do is have an app on their TV, an app on their phone when it ships, an app on their Surface or their computer when it ships, and then they hit the app like, what's this over here?
That's not even my argument. Series S is the #1 selling console in Japan. We gotta verify that.
Okay, even if that is true
on Amazon, though.
That is relative to what?
To what? Yeah.
Right. and that, again, I'm not knocking it. That's fantastic. But when they say, you know, the Series S or Xbox is selling more than it ever has in Japan, there's a caveat to that, right? I'm just saying, when you're coming out of the dregs, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there was a week that it was literally like, I think they sold like 250 or some stuff like
and
that.
It's like, oh, the greatest,
and that's my thing. It's like, you know, people know I'm being stereotyped. Like, no, man, like we can't sit here and act like the Japanese support don't be lacking. Like, I got to play Final Fantasy VII on my PlayStation. I have had to play Persona on my PlayStation.
Right.
I've had to play all the Dragon Quest up to this last one on my PlayStation. And guess what? When I do play stuff on my Xbox, it's 2 to 3 years after the damn game came out.
I feel that.
But this goes back, and I feel that completely. The thing about it is, I honestly think Phil and the team have been trying. Right. But when it comes to that, it just seems PlayStation have cemented those deals years in advance.
Right.
They don't care what the next Final Fantasy looks like. We're getting it. Right. Even if it comes out and it's a trash fire, we got it first.
And then we gotta be real about the elephant in the room, which is Japanese companies dealing with other Japanese companies. We can't act like, you know,
right.
Microsoft just recently came up on a list as far as from an international standpoint of like on one of the most hated lists, right? So you got that barrier with a region that doesn't necessarily want to be receptive to your products, right? Let me jump in because this is great. Attic is right. I'm not.
Yeah, he's right.
I'm not 100%. Trying to go at him. Like he is right. Xbox is missing out on too many of these big games where it's late and first. But I'm with Sarv and King. One, I am seeing the committed effort, right? The consistent effort. I told people the Yakuza Like a Dragon thing was huge at launch, and people wasn't paying me no money. That's why I went out, supported. I get mad when Xbox fans like, yo, I ain't play it. Rand, I love you, Rand. I'm mad at you that you ain't even play it. But at the end of the day, you know, it's one of those things where I know that's something you don't see. When Lost Judgment is coming out at the same time, that's something you don't see. But
I think that my biggest problem, Cog, is I'm tired of seeing a fire trailer on something. At the end of that trailer, it says switch your PlayStation. Of
course,
on.
No, I get that, but let me finish. I know where you at. Let me finish, and let me tell you why I think it's different this time. The reason why I'm a little bit more confident this time with Phil being in the region is, one, you got to look at first, if you don't respect the language of the country that you're trying to be in, you already so that's why, again, the localization was one thing. To me, these are small building blocks to get to where you need to be.
Very big on respect.
Right. That's respecting the culture. You ain't even got the games in the language or the culture. You don't even need to be there. Then the second thing, what I like that they did, they launched the xCloud. I'm not saying, oh my God, just because they got xCloud, that's the game changer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we do know it's a mobile region a lot. We do know people playing on the phone. That, again, a building block, right? The next thing to me that nobody's talking about is what ID at Xbox is doing with Sarah Bond.
Yes, that's huge.
Where she was like, look, we are working with Japanese independent developers. See, to me, that's on the grassroots level. Now you get the next young star to debut his joint in Game Pass.
That was my second part.
Okay.
Like, where PlayStation built these bonds with Konami, with Square, and all these games. If you can build bonds with people that are just starting, you're giving somebody that just start, their new start, you're building them up from the bottom.
There's a loyalty there.
It's crazy. And the fact that they put, listen, Game Pass, somebody was hitting me up so much because I was saying Phil is the reason for Game Pass. Sarah Bond does a lot there. And that's the next topic there later. But this idea at Xbox, her in this space, she's going to grow this space, something crazy. And I think grabbing them early, like you said, fresh out, you want to get your game going, put you in a spotlight. I think that means a lot.
Yeah, it's like the street team. It's the grassroots.
Yes, you have to.
Well, I like this approach because you just can't go over there, in my opinion, and just throw money at the big game. And they did that in the 360 generation.
I think just recently, this past week, I think, or a week before, Colin and the guys at Sacred Symbols got a lot of flack for some stuff that they said that was perceived as like, and the thing about it is they were talking about, you know, not wanting Xbox to keep purchasing publishers per se, because that takes a lot of teams off the table. And what happens is, depending on who you go out, especially if you go out and purchase Japanese publishers, you purchase a Japanese publishers, there's going to be a lot of pushback from the community on that. It just will be, because again, you're inherently purchasing a publisher.
You're the outsider.
On the surface, exactly. That you're muscling
from
in
one of the most hated rated companies in the world internationally.
And not that necessarily they deserve that per se.
No, I know you don't care.
I feel you.
But
what happens
your favorite
if the pushback is so bad
that
they kill those franchises?
We ain't gonna kill them.
Listen,
we're gonna cultivate them.
Cultivate. That's what I feel.
They can be mad as you want. You could be all upset as you like. She mine now when I like. All right, so you gonna still support. I don't care what it is. You can say whatever you want. All these dudes that was out there, but that's the you still gonna buy. If they purchase Square Enix, I don't want that. Still gonna buy. I don't care how you feel. You're gonna turn up your nose and you still gonna buy.
I know I will. I don't care. I don't have any shame.
Right. So all that fake. You're just trying to speak your words into existence that you don't want to happen. All right. But when Microsoft put that eye on your girl, she going home with us.
It's a natural situation. It's a natural situation. But listen, I'll with you on that. But this is where I feel it's a dual approach, which is one, grassroots, the indies, the localization, all that stuff, right?
Need that.
Then you do the Game Pass deals, right? You get the third party launch and get that on your service, right? You get that popping. I do agree with Attic on this, though. I do feel there needs to be a commitment on a studio level so that they see, to me, the Bethesda thing gave them Tango by proxy, right?
Right.
But now they also need a homegrown joint for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with them on that. Yeah.
I think that's my biggest thing. It's like, how do you expect that market to take you seriously when you're gonna have like a studio in that market besides Tango?
I agree.
And I get it. People want to count Tango, and Tango is a studio.
Yeah.
But it's just like, to me, it's just like they didn't go out and buy Tango by themselves.
Of course,
they got on a carry-on.
I get it, but here's my thing. When you see this, I agree. When you see the significance of what's his name, Mikami on stage with Phil, and that's in the house, right? You can't tell me that Shinji Mikami ain't got them relationships in the region. So if they do decide,
that's definitely
right.
Good
So
look.
my thing is, I love the
read.
look of them two on stage together, talk about the future, talk about things they're doing, and then let's talk about the elephant in the room. We all know, let's be honest, Kojima is coming on some level.
That's what
right?
I was saying.
So
like,
they're doing it. It's just, is it at the level we want? No, of course we want it bigger. It's a slow burn with this one, bro. It's gonna take time. But I like the fact that they are doing it.
No, I'm talking about Kojima Game Awards.
That's a killing thing.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to me, man, it's just like, I'm tired of having to,
it's gonna be a slow burn.
It's gonna be a slow burn. You gotta get yourself
but
upset.
it's been slow burn for years.
Yeah, but they weren't doing. Hold on, I gotta stop. You know, they weren't doing anything for years. They were the other generations. Matrick and them wasn't even trying to cultivate it the right way.
Like, coming from someone like me that loves Final Fantasy,
I get that.
Like, to finally get my hands on the franchises, I can finally play them on my Xbox, and then bam, they gone one day. Like, it's just like, it's just like, I'm just tired of the nonsense with that.
Change gonna come.
But change is
change takes time. A change gonna come.
You got a 10-year change, bro.
Change
gonna
come. Bro, it was one day they didn't have Tango, and we wake up.
We got Tango. It was one day Yakuza games was never on the joint. We wake up, we got Yakuza games. It's changing, bro.
They got Tango by
They got Dragon's Quest that would never happen.
I'm gonna have gray hair. You'll be like, just change, man.
Listen,
just wait.
We get Final Fantasy VII remake.
We walking with the game.
Rome ain't built in a day, brother. It takes time.
I'm gonna get to the point where I can't even see. I'm blind.
Oh my God.